Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video on my channel. And today you can see the video. I have finally decided to edit the knockout stage 5 round. This stage is pretty much already the best of 256 people round. And after this round, we start with the promotion rounds. And as of editing this, the promotion rounds will happen for me in about 1.5 days. Today is August 20th at 16:49, and the promotion round 1 is going to start on the in-game 21st of August at 20:30. For me, however, it is the 22nd August at 6:30 am, as it was with these previous groups all along. So, yeah. However, I don't want to spoil how I think about the promotion races and if I'm even in them at all. But I want to focus on this video and talk about a bit of the stuff that happened in the background and why I wasn't uploading until now this video. First of all, I was really heavy loaded with work. I was super tired. I just used these days after this last stage just to relax, just to not even play the game very much actually. Maybe an hour or two in total in the past few days. So yeah, I just relaxed and did really nothing because of the days and days and days of just competing and competing and competing. I was really getting tired of it and just wanting to have a relaxing day. But yeah, today is also the only the best of two advanced like last round, and this round was really special, I guess. We were again four people, and yeah, but only two of them talked very much. One of them I knew from a previous round. The other two I didn't know, but the Rico guy, I'm gonna spoil this right now, we talk a lot on Discord and he actually moved on with me into the promotional round, but what happened to him, we're gonna talk later. And yeah, this Rico guy is really sympathetic in my opinion. I'm saying sympathetic and I'm probably pronouncing this super wrong, so it sounds like whatever. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the first race. In the first race, we were back at Mexico with standard class. Since it was actually a full circuit and relatively long race, I chose the R32 on a top speed oriented setup. And for me, my goal in these races was simply just finish in the top two all the time, finish second overall, and just move on. Um, this didn't exactly go out as I planned. It actually went out a bit better, but you have to watch until the end to find out what I exactly mean. In this first race, well, I just sucked. I was the entire time in fourth or third and only got through to second on literally the last turn or on the penultimate turn because of Rico making a mistake. This Denso guy at this point looked really good and looked like the guy I would move on with if I even moved on with him and not this Rico guy, since the Rico guy was also in front the entire time. But yeah, first race finished in second by a bit of luck. Second race time, we were this time going to Indianapolis. Really nice track in my opinion, but features towards drift a lot more than to my driving style, which is grip, I guess, or mostly drift, because I also tend to power slide sometimes, but I don't put a handbrake or anything, so I don't drift. I chose the 992 since it is for grip currently the best car, but it also is really heavy and not heavy, sorry, really difficult to handle properly and also very slippery. I'm gonna leave this race in its whole so you can just watch and see what I mean. I was fighting more of the car than the people I was with, but because I didn't know the car perfectly since I can't drive the 992 perfectly yet, and I don't know the track perfectly yet. So yeah, it was both a struggle against my opponents and against this car, but I think I did well enough, but it's your turn to decide. Enjoy. Second race done, another second place. With this, I was already manifesting my second place position overall. And yeah, now it was for the first time today, extreme class time. And this group we are currently in with SVJ, BMW, M8, the 992 you saw, the R32, those are cars that essentially cater extremely towards me, but also extremely towards drift. So in this group or in this car cycle group, I have a good chance of moving on, or a good chance of at least trying something. Because in the other group I don't have enough cars I'm familiar enough with to be forced with them. Third race, actually my first win of the day, which was very surprising. I was going into this thinking I would at best finish a few times second, a few times third, and either drop out or stay in barely in second place. But no, I actually won a race. Okay, but next up we have, as always in the fourth race, actually off-road as the group we are driving in. And as always, I absolutely hate and absolutely suck in off-road. The only car that really caters towards grip on off-road, which is already really hard in itself, is this Wrangler car. The Jeep Wrangler is the only car that is a very good option. the Q5 and the, was it the Hyundai RAV4, the RAV4, I don't brand right now. Only these two rare class cars are okayish for the grip, but also not perfect. Surprisingly, however, I won! I won an off-road race in a mode that absolutely hates me and I hate it. Surprising. With this, I was actually leading the group for the first time today because I had the best finishes of all. 2 second places and 2 wins, both in a row. Now, in the fifth race, I was actually getting nervous because the second standard, the second sports, and the second extreme class races are always very, very tricky. However, I had the DB5 to choose, even though it was Nürburgring, so I just hoped for the best, but the start didn't go too well. Let's see, let me show you what I mean. After just having made one of the biggest mistakes of the day, crashing out on a red track into the wall, coming to a complete stop and falling to a last by nearly 2 seconds to the third place was actually kinda demoralizing, but I still decided to keep on driving. As you can see, onto the hairpin, I actually made it up to second place, but as you can see, the DB5 is slipping a lot. So I was fighting the car while also trying to stay on track and having a decent pace to catch back up. And somehow I actually, as you can see on the R32, started to catch back up, which was actually insane in my opinion, since the R32 is ultimately faster than the DB5 on the Nürburgring if you drive in full lap. But yeah, anyways. So because of the slipstream, you can see onto this corner, I forgot the name of, I'm sorry, I catch back up and was very near and actually in the position through the slipstream to overtake and win my third race in a row. And I know this sounds extremely egocentrical, but in my opinion, this was one of my most dominant wins, considering I literally crashed out on turn 1, full, fall, fell back to last place by seconds, catched back up and won. Now it wasn't a massive lead, of course, but I still won, which in itself is really nice. So yeah, 5 races down, 2 second places, 3 wins. With this, it was already pretty much safe. I would move on, so a lot of pressure slipped off of me, and the second sports race with F-Type showed that a lot. But I'm gonna let you watch the race until the fatal moment yourself. Enjoy! So yeah, you can see what happened. I tried onto the finish line to do something, but I was simply not fast enough. I crashed again and again. But yeah, even a fourth place wasn't too bad in my position. I was now in the position to actually lose the first place overall in the group. I had to win the last race if this Rico guy was finishing second again. Or if he was winning, I would automatically be second because we're only 1 point apart, as you can see right now. So yeah. not bad, but the game actually threw me an insane bone into the last race because I practiced the ECU5 BMW M8 on the Mexico Carnival Festival, I think the track was called. I I practiced this track for like 1.5 hours, 2 hours, or even more. So I had in this combination at least a little bit of knowledge about the car. As I was trying to say, I had at least a bit of knowledge on this track and car combination. So I was actually optimistic when I was thinking that I could actually do it. And yeah, I'm gonna let you enjoy the final race just by yourself. Enjoy it. If you and then yeah, we'll see. I'll yap a little bit more after this last race because there's also some more stuff going on behind the scenes that I want to talk about. But now I'm going to shut up and let you enjoy. I had done it. I won the fourth race of the day, or the fourth race for me. So with this, I had the most points and thus finished first in the group, which is actually insane considering that I didn't even think to make it through this round, to be honest. So I was in this moment as soon as I came out of the line, I was ecstatic. I was happy. I was satisfied with myself because I knew I made it with this 2 promotion tier, but it didn't set fully in until I made this post on my YouTube posts or community tab. Once I did that and said those words out loud, it hit me. I made it to fucking promotional. If you didn't know, I think I never voiced it also, so you couldn't know. The only goal I had when coming to this tournament was getting into promotional because this automatically also means a top 128 finish. With this, I actually cemented that in my opinion. So I was in the top 128. I finished well in first. Well, not well enough, but good enough. But yeah, I was actually very excited. I was happy. And as you can see, the record guy originally did qualify with me for the promotional. However, that's what I'm going to get into in a second. But yeah. Let me know in the comments for a second now if you are still in or out, or if you are thinking I will be out in the next round or will make it through another day. Okay, but the one thing I'm gonna have to talk about is how everything behind the scenes then went down. The day after this knockout round was over, or in 2 days after that, we had to literally sign up on a website and then go join a separate Discord server just for these servers, in this case are Europe and North America, which I'm playing on, also called Global. Um, yeah, I had to sign up on a Discord. I had to put in my information, my ID, my age, what phone I'm playing on, and yeah, you pretty much had to completely sign up to be eligible to compete further than this or even get into the promotional one. And here where it gets tricky for some people. You had only 2 days or one day, I think, to join the Discord and fill out this paperwork. The Rico guy did same as me, both joined the Discord and filled out. However, he didn't make it through and I did. And why is that? Well, age, actually. He's underage. I think you had to be 18 or 19 years of age to compete any further in this tournament. I am 21, he was something below that. I didn't ask his exact age, but all I know is he was underage and thus sadly eliminated. Bringing the Denso guy I just beat actually back into the group for 2 days. So yeah, take however you want that. I actually think it should have been specified from the start that if you aren't 18 plus, you can't compete further than promotional rounds. Now, this Rico guy obviously was faster or as fast as me on most tracks. He actually was, in my opinion, a little bit faster overall. But overall, um, he qualified, and in my opinion, if the age didn't matter, I don't even fully understand why it matters. It's only in-game resources we get as prizes. Only the C, also Southeast Asia or the Taiwan version actually get a trip to South Korea or something like that as a first place reward, for which I could understand you have to be 18. But on global there is no such thing as of right now. At least there hasn't been any announcement towards this. It could be, but there's nothing showing towards it. So yeah, actually kinda sad for the Rico guy. We talked a lot on Discord. As I said, this Rico guy is really nice, really friendly. And I noticed that as well. I expected, since I was only at this point, presumably, only one of two trip drivers still in the competition. I expected to be met with hate or force or questions like, why do you not drift? Drift is faster, and so on. But I didn't. For some reason, the hate you get as a grip driver when you drive grip on C or Taiwan or JP version, you don't get it on global version. Now you could say on global most of the players are new to the game, it's the newest release of the game or the newest version, newest server of the game, so the people don't have experience enough yet to hate or have an opinion about it, but still many of the people actually came from C, JP, or Taiwan as well. So, take it as you want. I expected more hate. I didn't get any hate towards myself yet in this Discord specifically. However, we didn't have any rounds yet, so it could be that after the first promotional round, if I either get out or get further, there will be some hate or some, hey, yeah, logical that group doesn't move on or something like that. I hope not, and I believe not that there will be any hate, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does show any up, because after all, we know how gaming goes in most cases. But yeah. Also, one more troubling thing they said, or there is a rumor. I don't know if it's for C and Taiwan because of the South Korea trip or not, or if it is a also global thing. But I heard when you get to a certain point in the competition, either on top 128 to begin with, or top 64, you have to turn on the Discord while you are in the competition, your camera, which is insane in my opinion because I will likely not do that because I'm not ready to do a face reveal yet. But now it's your turn, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you still compete? How are you competing? How are you feeling? How confident are you?